In 1929, this man was one of the richest people alive. He lent money to entire countries. He pushed JP Morgan aside on Wall Street. The King of Sweden came to his funeral. And you've never heard his name. Here's why, and how one of the biggest fraud of the century erased him from history. His name was Ivar Kreuger, the Match King. At his peak, he controlled around 90% of the world's matches, 20 billion boxes a year. But matches were never the real game. The real game was the most elegant lie in financial history. Watch how it worked. Sweden, the 1920s. Kreuger takes a boring product, matches, and turns it into power. His pitch to governments is simple. Give me your match monopoly, and I'll lend your country millions. Country after country says yes. Soon, he's the lender Europe runs to after the war. They call him the savior of Europe. American money pours in too. Kreuger and Toll becomes one of the most owned stocks in America. Everyone wants in. Nobody asks the one question that matters. Where are the profits actually coming from? Here's the trick. Kreuger wasn't paying investors from profits. He was paying them with new investors' money. A Ponzi scheme, but bigger than anyone had ever dared. To hide it, he built a maze of over 400 companies, forged government bonds, and invented accounting tricks no one could untangle. The deeper you looked, the less there was. But almost nobody looked. Until the Depression hit. 1929. The week the stock market crashes, Kreuger does something insane. He lends Germany $125 million for control of the entire country's match monopoly. A man running on lies, writing checks he can't cash, to a broke nation as the world collapses. It should have been impossible. He did it anyway. That's how big the illusion had gotten. But you can't outrun math forever. As the Depression bites, investors want their money back. There isn't any. Bankers start digging. The maze starts cracking. And in March 1932, in a Paris apartment, Ivar Kreuger is found dead. The next day, panic. The largest single trade the market had ever seen. Over 600,000 of his certificates dumped at once. By that evening, they were worth pennies. When auditors finally opened the books, the hole was bigger than Sweden's entire national debt. One man. One lie. Bigger than a country. His collapse was so catastrophic, it forced America to build the modern rules of finance. The Securities Act. The system that still protects your money today. He changed the world. And then, the world chose to forget him. Now you know, the richest man you'd never heard of.